Hi again, everyone. Timothy Dunn here, posting a movie on We the People here on Facebook. And I just wanted to say thank you for everyone for getting involved in the discussion. If you do have the ability to go ahead and present your feelings and thoughts and words in video, please feel free to go ahead and attach that. And for those that just want to type something, thank you so much. Please reach out to your own networks, your own group of friends, and invite them to join us here in the discussion. Now, I wanted to throw something out because I really am very thankful for some of the comments that we've had today, and I wanted to put a little spin on the Haiti situation. Now, as you know, we've been discussing, is it right or is it wrong to resent or feel bad about us giving so much to Haiti? Now, again, there's a kind of a spiral of effect that happens. It could be a ghastly thought, you know, that we as decadent Americans are begrudging anything that we're able to do to help another country with such huge devastation. And really, it's not until the political pundits on TV and the talking heads were able to show us the children, the orphans, the individuals that had been in the rubble for days, that, you know, those kind of things we can emotionally attach ourselves to, because as Americans, we many times just can't fathom it. For those that went through Katrina, you know, maybe they have some sort of emotional understanding. But for many of us, we can't even begin to understand, you know, what those people are going through. But on the flip side of the coin, we also know that politically and financially, we've given almost, $2.1 billion over the last 20 years, and their heads of state have actually stolen it, and that's why these people have not been given the benefit to even create the infrastructure to help themselves. So where do we draw the line? What exactly do we do? Part of me feels guilty for even saying that. Part of me says, yes, we need to do more. The other part says, well, we need to be thankful, and I believe all of those are right. But let's look at this and let's kind of attach it to ourselves. I want to thank Frank and several of the others that kind of put this out there. When we go to work or we go to the grocery store, we drive past need in our own communities probably 10 to 15 times. And what I want to ask is it easier to text on our phone 999 or whatever it is to give $10 to Haiti than it is to stop and help someone locally? Is the stickiness of human interaction or the unpleasant smell or the awkwardness of the situation something that we would just rather bypass? And it's actually easier to write a check or to hand money to someone than it is to really help someone. So I believe in the American spirit. I believe that we are the most benevolent country on the planet. And I'm bullish that way. I just absolutely believe that. But as Americans, we're always called upon, but I think that we have also shifted to not really give of ourselves. And many of us, in many pockets, are trained from the beginning that it's more convenient or that it's easier to go ahead and write a check or to text money to someone than to give of ourselves. I just have huge respect and absolute applause for the 12,000 people that are now in Haiti, that are from America, that are actually lifting the boulders off of people and are helping to rebuild and are holding those orphans and that are doing just amazing things. But let's look at the other 340 million of us that are sitting here in our wonderful homes, and we look at the TV, we watch it, we say how terrible. But then, you know, we may try to do something actually to make ourselves feel better, more so than the people that we're talking about or listening to. Why is it that we have to have an emotional connection before we give? And why is it that it's so easy for us to bypass the stickiness of human need that's local to us? Is this something that can be turned around? I believe it is. But I think it's learned behavior. It's something that we don't do as a culture. Many of us were told to kind of stay away from the street people. Well, don't go near them. You know, if we throw money in a hat, or we don't want to buy the pencils that they're selling, or we don't want to listen to them, or we try not to read the cardboard that they're holding up at the end of an exit ramp, just because we don't want to make eye contact. Now, I'm not trying to make anyone feel guilty here. I'm absolutely not wanting to do that at all. I'm just wanting to ask the question, is it easier for us to do something that is electronic than it is for us to do something that is effectual from the heart? And if it is, what can we do to teach the next generation that it's actually more fulfilling and probably will have as big, if not greater, an impact on them and the people they're helping if we choose to address the individual head on? I learned this because my mom spent most of her life in a wheelchair. And as a child, when I was pushing that wheelchair, I learned that many, many people would not talk to the person with a handicap. They actually looked at the chair, they looked, over our heads or things like that. People don't know how to deal with the awkwardness. And what I'd like to submit is it okay for us to feel guilty, but push through that guilt to try to give of ourselves and try to address something locally? And we all know the answer is yes. So I guess the thing that I'd like to have you guys comment on is, what exactly are you doing that is local? What is it that you're doing to change your local environment? How are you helping those people that need the help locally? And what kind of stories have you heard? Now, we absolutely need to give where there is the greatest need. And I believe when it's all said and done, we will have done a tremendous job as a country for Haiti. But the next time you go to your grocery store, or the next time you go to work or come home from work, I challenge you to look at the amount of need or the need opportunities that you see and ask yourself, what can I do? What can I personally do? And it may be money, it may not, but most of the time it's going to be giving of yourself. So what can I do? And I'd love to hear about that. Anyway, that's the thought for the day, and I want to thank you for being a part of our discussion group. You guys are terrific. Please tell everyone you know, and let's get started changing the world. Thanks.